Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is William Hindman, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job, or they completely and totally pooch screw it up. Now, once again, this is another sheriff from up in Massachusetts who gets caught drinking and driving, and I want you to see the arrogance, what would I say? He wants special treatment because he's a sheriff. You know, he's a sheriff. He's in his cruiser. He can do what he wants. He's above the law. He thinks he's a sovereign citizen. You know, just watch this, and it's sickening. Really, really sickening. And see what you guys think. If you would, hit my subscribe button, if you would, please. Also, go over to Southern Draw Law. This is where this comes from. He does a lot of good videos. Go check him out. Tell him I sent you guys over there. And subscribe to him if you would while you're there. And hit my thumbs up, thumbs down, says how I do. Leave a comment. Make sure you hit the like and share because it helps my algorithms. Okay? Let's get this started. Here we go.
Covering breaking news in Springfield this morning, Hamden County Sheriff Nick Kochi has been charged with OUI.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Southern Draw Law. My name is James White, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, former police officer. So back in September, the elected sheriff of Hampton County, Massachusetts, Nicholas Kochi, left the Springfield, Massachusetts country club after playing a round of golf, and he decided to depart the country club in his state-issued police cruiser, wearing a shirt with the badge and insignia of the Hampton County Sheriff's Office, and drive intoxicated over to the MGM casino, where he abruptly struck something on the outside of the casino as he made the turn to come into the casino's parking garage. And as a result of that collision, the entire front passenger side tire and rim became essentially non-functional, and the tire was gone by the time the police ended up interacting with him. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due because the Massachusetts State Police did conduct an investigation of Sheriff Kochi and subsequently place him under arrest for OUI, which is operating under the influence.
22 News reporter Claire Overton is live at MGM Springfield with what we know this morning.
Rich and Taylor, Hamden County Sheriff's Office spokesman Rob Rizzuto confirmed to 22 News Sheriff Nick Kochi was at MGM Springfield Saturday night when he was arrested for operating under the influence. Rizzuto says the sheriff was released on his own recognizance following the incident.
And see, he was released on his own recognizance. So right there, he thinks he's better than everybody else because everybody else would have had to go through bonding and all that.
In a statement to 22 News, Sheriff Kochi said, quote, "I'm sorry for not living up to the high standards I've set for myself, my staff, and the justice-involved population. I take complete responsibility for my actions."
Just hours ago, the news media finally, 4 months later, got its hands on the actual body cam of this interaction that Sheriff Kochi had with the police. Let's take a look at the body cam, and then we'll stop along the way and have some conversations about that.
How you doing, Sheriff?
Good, very good.
Good. Hi, Lieutenant Corey Mackey. What's that? Who's busting what?
They changed his tire.
Okay. Just to let you know, we came down to this.
Yeah.
We are recording, just so you know.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was coming around the corner, I popped the tire.
Do you know where? We're trying to,
right
we were
here.
looking to see where you were in the casino and everything, and
It's all good.
it's all
I
good.
changed his tire.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. The problem is, hang on for a second. Were you the one driving it?
No.
You weren't driving it?
No.
Okay. Who was driving you?
Friend of mine.
A friend of yours? He's in the casino now?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see that too. All right, but I need you to stay here for a second. All right, sir. None of us wants to be involved in this. All right, but I can
Okay.
smell alcohol
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
from your breath.
100%.
I've got this right here.
Yeah.
Everything's on camera. I got to take it by the
Just let
numbers.
him change his tire.
I got to take it by the numbers. We're going to review if your friend in there was driving, as you say. We'll see that on the camera. I can go talk to him. Everything will be good. All right. What's that? Okay. It's sit tight.
What's the big deal?
Once you're off the phone, I'm waiting for a few more people to get here, and we'll talk it through. Okay, I'm just waiting for the field OIC to come down. All right. Once the field OIC is down here, we'll talk it through. Okay. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously. I'm a sheriff. I'm supposed to have preferential treatment. Yeah, that's what they all think. That's why they think they're sovereign citizens.
I'll tell you what, leave the car here. Leave it.
Nope, sir. Sir, I'm going to ask you to stay here, stay put. All right.
Why?
Till we figure this out. Because based on what I'm seeing here and smelling alcohol in your breath, I'm going to have to do an investigation through this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And if everything is fine, you know, if it determines that there's no
Change the tire.
No, he's not changing the tire right now. Absolutely not.
He can change the tire.
He's not changing the tire yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so first and foremost, he flat out lied, which is a crime in Massachusetts. Notice also,
we are one of the largest and most trusted heating and air conditioning companies here in the area. And for the month
that you have a lieutenant from the Massachusetts State Police. This is not a local police department where, you know, a lieutenant's out on patrol. You have a lieutenant from the Massachusetts State Police that is conducting the investigation. Do you think maybe that somebody that recognized the sheriff called and said, hey, somebody in leadership better get down here and start asking some questions and doing some things? Because this guy's wearing a sheriff department shirt. He is the sheriff. He's intoxicated and his vehicle's wrecked and he hit something outside the casino. So it's pretty uncommon for a lieutenant of an agency the size of the Massachusetts State Police to be on scene conducting an initial investigation. He was not given special treatment in this situation by the MSP. So I do have to commend them for that. But he thought he was going to get special treatment. He wants a private conversation, basically. And you'll see that more as the situation unfolds. But he's already told them that he wasn't driving the vehicle. Then he tries to blow them off. Oh, we're just going to change the tire, right? Well, you know, this lieutenant is like, no, we're not going to do that. Just hold on a minute. We got to do what we got to do here. We got to play it by the numbers. Hang tight. Remember, refer back to his statement about taking full responsibility, right? He's looking at this guy seriously. I mean, the arrogance is already beginning to emerge, right? And it gets way worse. Let's get back to it.
Want to go down the road, huh? Okay.
I want to take everything right by the numbers. Okay. By the numbers and by the book, sir.
That's what we do.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right. And if at the end of it everything is good.
Stop turning towards me.
Oh, sir, just stand over here for me, all right?
I'm not
Please.
going to go back in the fucking...
No, you're not going back in the casino. All right, sir. Sir, I understand you are the sheriff. I respect that immensely. But right now I'm conducting an investigation, okay? I need you to stay here and follow the directions,
100%.
okay? All right?
You can't pop the tire, huh?
What's that?
You can't pop a tire.
You're not going to be able to put a tire on that rim anyways. That rim is completely and utterly destroyed.
I got my guy.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Where, do you know where you ran
Yes, I
something
do.
over? Where was it?
Right up on the corner. I took the turn.
Took the turn into here?
Yep.
Okay. There looks like there's a plant on there. Was there a plant that
Might have been.
might have been?
I don't know.
But that's where it was. So the remnants of the tires should
Yep.
be down. Should be down
I
that
don't
way.
know.
You don't
I have
know?
no idea.
Okay. Can I ask you where you're coming from today?
Springfield Country Club.
Springfield Country Club.
Yeah.
All right. The golf tournament?
No.
No, we're just there.
Was there playing golf?
We're there playing golf. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy's trashed. Now, and I know that because I've watched the whole body cam video. You can't really tell that right now. You can tell he's a little wobbly, but the more he talks and the more he interacts, which is also why you should never have a conversation with police when you've been drinking, it becomes obvious to somebody who's sober that you're intoxicated, right? Or that you've got something going on. It might be that you have a brain bleed. I mean, who knows? But the point is, there's something off about it, and when it's coupled with the odor of alcohol, it's generally not like an enormous mystery to try to figure out what's going on. Do you remember what happened? Yeah, I took the turn. Okay, but 30 seconds ago, you weren't driving. And he kind of whispers and softly says, I got my guy. I'll change the tire. he's still trying to get favoritism. He's already been, again, this is one of the things that happens with intoxicated people. It doesn't quite register. They sort of miss out on the subtleties or the social nuance of, what's not being said, right? And so he's trying to, I got my guy, I can change the tire. And he's like, you can't just pop a tire on. No, you can't put a tire on. The rim's destroyed. But what stands out to me as atrocious is when he says, was there a plan under there? I don't know. I have no idea. The exact same question could be asked, was there a human under there? And the answer would be the same. I don't know. I didn't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm riding in my sheriff's department cruiser doing what I'm allowed to do because I can do whatever I want to do, regardless of what the law says, right? I mean, that's the attitude that this guy has. And then, as you're going to see, he then starts into some intimidation tactics, which we're going to watch now.
What are you waiting? I'm waiting for another one of my supervisors so we can have two people here, okay?
Good.
All right? That way everything's
No, it's all
recorded,
good. It's
everything's
all good.
inspected,
It's all
everything's
good.
going to be nice
It's all
and
good.
easy,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
sir?
It's all good.
All right? Officer Cotto. Can you head down to the corner at East Columbus and just see if there's any remnants of the tire there at all? That's where you were and there was nothing there?
The right may not be.
May not be where you hit it? Okay.
I swear I hit it, but
Okay. Did you, after turning in here and hitting it, did you drive anywhere else where we could find the
No.
tire?
no.
No? Okay, I'm just saying, the tire should be somewhere between
Yes,
where
go
that was
look.
hit and here.
Yeah,
Okay.
go look.
Can you just do me a favor one more time? Just walk down there and then walk the whole way back
That's it.
to see if we can find the tire.
They can't find the tire. Where the hell does the tire go? The car didn't eat it. This sheriff was shit faced out of his gourd. My question is, did he actually pass out, and that's why he doesn't remember?
So you notice how, as the lieutenant is sitting there waiting for his officer that's probably trained in field sobriety tests, because he's probably not, the sheriff is staring at him dead in the face, and he's giving him this smirk, and he's like shaking his head, kind of like, all right, I see how this is going. You can read his body language and tell he's saying, okay, I'm going to remember this. I mean, that's what I see. Maybe you see something different, but that's what I see. I see somebody that is holding their tongue, but saying with their face and their body language was, I'm not going to forget what's going on right here. And wait, just wait. This guy's a powerful guy. He's the elected sheriff of the county of Springfield, Massachusetts. It's not a position that's short on power, right? So anyway, let's finish up the body cam and we'll come back and talk.
Sir, when you went into the casino, did you have any drinks in the casino?
Negative.
You did not have any drinks in the casino? Because that's what we're waiting on right now. We're trying to figure out if you went in and had anything
I had
inside.
zero.
You had nothing inside, so anything was at the golf course?
Yep.
Okay. And sir, it was from East Columbus onto MGM Way where you think you hit that?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, sir, can you come over here? I want to talk to you a little bit more. All right? I'd like you, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. All right? You came from East Columbus, you turned in here, we can't find the tire.
Okay.
That's fine. There's clear indications that that rim is pretty destroyed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? You got here about 6:40 something, 6:45, so maybe 25 minutes before you and I started interacting, somewhere around a half hour. All right? You've got clear indications of alcohol consumption.
100%.
All right?
And a
I
couple
can tell that
drinks.
you've admitted alcohol consumption. You got your speech is a little bit slurred. All right? I can smell it coming off your breath. I can see the redness in your eyes. I'm going to ask you a second time if you will perform field sobriety so I can determine if you are safe
Not gonna
to
happen.
drive. Okay? I have a PBT that can sort this out right now.
Not going to happen.
Okay, so you're going to refuse field sobriety.
Yep.
All right, you're not going to take the BBT.
Yep.
You admit to alcohol consumption. All right.
A little bit.
Driving. Okay.
No.
Okay.
If that's what you're,
All right. Well,
you're
then
gonna assume.
Then at that point, your wallet's inside the car. We're going to go ahead and grab that for you. Okay. All right. Officer, can you just sit with him for a minute? I'll take him in my cruiser. All right.
All right, so hopefully you're as disgusted with his conduct as I am, and you realize that his statement that he made could have been accompanied by just an obnoxiously loud fart noise, because that's basically what he said, which is just a load of horse shit. And there was nothing about his actions on the night in question that matched his words. So this is one of those things where these guys get accountable when they get caught, and then they get scared because they're going to lose their position. And that's when they believe in transparency and accountability. In closing, it's occurred to me that maybe we, as we'll call it a oversight or accountability community on YouTube, and the people who extend their reach beyond even the internet and maybe gain knowledge about an incident from the internet, but then go out and make these calls and make these complaints, maybe we're doing it in a way that's not very efficient. Because what I see a lot of times in my comment section is, well, we investigated ourselves and we found that we did nothing wrong. And that is exactly what keeps happening. I just recently started watching some videos from the state of Tennessee, where I live, where officers are being decertified for their conduct, right? And so when Post gets a complaint, they investigate. They actually have individual investigators assigned by the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy to investigate Post complaints. And that got me to thinking. Now, Tennessee, to its credit, has started publicizing these hearings. So I thought, well, if you file a complaint with the sheriff, and the sheriff is the person that messed up, and you file a complaint with the Internal Affairs Division that's going to go up to the sheriff, what's your recourse? Post complaint. And so I thought, instead of, always still file.
So how much did it cost to fill your tank?
Almost $100.
How much is the car payment?
$140.
File the internal affairs complaint, because you at least need to make the effort, and you could write essentially the same complaint, but maybe consider starting to expand the places that you send the complaint. Because if you look at how you actually can remove an elected sheriff in the state of Massachusetts, there are really only like two ways. One is through a special recall election that the voters initiate. And, if the sheriff has the ear of the voters and they're a savvy politician, that might not be something that actually happens. The other way is that a sheriff in Massachusetts has to be a post-certified police officer. Say, I don't know, if 10,000 people watch a video and 10% of those people file a formal written complaint with the Post Commission about this officer's conduct, well, the Post Commission might have a hard time not doing something about it. Because again, it's all about leveraging these different agencies against each other. If I'm a police officer and I had a DUI, but I didn't do it in uniform, and I didn't do it in a police cruiser, and I did it in my personal vehicle, and I pled guilty, and I did the field sobriety test, and I did all the things that I would expect somebody to do on the side of the road for me, and then I go up to the Post Commission and they're looking at decertifying me. How do they get by with that if they're going to receive, say, 100 complaints, 1,000 complaints on this sheriff who did it in uniform, in a state-issued cruiser, who acted like an asshole to the investigative officers, who didn't take accountability, who also, by the way, got essentially a diversion or a continuance without a finding. Now, there's some defense attorneys, shame on you, out there saying that he didn't get special treatment by getting a continuance without a finding. Well, maybe that's true in Massachusetts. In Tennessee, we have grant-funded DUI prosecutors. Ain't nobody getting a diversion on a DUI. In fact, in Tennessee, DUIs are not eligible for diversion. So the only way to get an actual diversion in Tennessee for a DUI is for the prosecutor to do it discretionarily and just basically make it a pass and dismiss. You don't get in any trouble, and then we'll dispose of it in a year. If you get that deal in Tennessee, it's for one of two reasons. You either got special treatment or the evidence wasn't good. Those are the only reasons you would get that deal in Tennessee. Now, maybe it's different in Massachusetts, but I suspect not. The Mothers Against Drunk Driving and the federal government controlling the purse strings, and the same lobbies exist in Massachusetts as they do here. So, in my estimation, the way we need to start attacking this is by sending these complaints to the Post Commission for the state where these officers are post-certified, because you can't be a sheriff if you don't have a post certification. And so if you send enough complaints to the Post Commission about this person, they've got two choices to make. They've either got to be easy on every other officer that comes through that gets this sort of conduct and isn't related to their job, or they've got to come down and make an example of the sheriff. So what are they going to do? I don't know. There's plenty of corruption to go around in law enforcement. It's not like they're incapable of completely acting like they didn't know what was going on. But my suspicion is that if this starts happening enough and the internal affairs finding is circumvented, like you still go through the internal affairs, but what they do doesn't really matter because you go essentially above their head, because a police department can employ officers who aren't post-certified. So when you have situations where officers are in uniform.
Okay, yes, they can. Because if you're on the Brady list, you're decertified. And I know Arizona has 11 officers that are Brady listed.
In their assigned patrol vehicles, wearing the badge and insignia of the department and committing crimes and lying to the police and acting like this, they've got to do something about it. If they don't, they lose their entire credibility as a commission. That is the next step, I think. And I really believe, guys, I'm seeing so much of this. Rules for thee, but not for me. 2025 is going to be the year where we push the freaking reset button on the corrupt institution that is law enforcement. You know, I'm an optimist. I know some of you hate me for it. It is what it is. I always believe something good's going to come. So let's just hope that that's what happens. Anyway, that's all for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.
Okay, guys. So anyway, you know, you have corruption everywhere. Whether it's the courts, judges who are, you know, letting them slide, prosecutors are letting them slide. You know, it's the good old boy system all over again. And I hope this guy's right that 2025 is when this stops. Because this is ridiculous. You know, this is not the Wild West anymore. You know, we have a Constitution in the United States for a reason. And we need to start paying attention. So, guys, let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you for your time.